This is the Muzilog Magazine Podcast with host Sam Archer. And today we have in studio with us new author Reneshaw, or Renee, as she said, call me Renee. So we're going to call her Renee today because we don't want to get tied up with, people get upset with how their names sound sometimes. But I'm happy to have you on the show with us. And you are a new author. And we want to know everything that you can afford to say to us about this new book that you just brought on the market. And today is, we're recording this on the 11th, right? Is today 11th?
Yes.
But your book is actually going to be nationwide on the 12th.
That's correct.
Is that correct? Okay, well, welcome to the show. And we're happy to have you. Thank you. You're welcome. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
All right. And how does it feel to be a new author?
It feels like, when you eat that favorite meal and you're really hungry. I feel like I'm finally full.
Wow.
That's the best way to describe it. Like you're eating your favorite meal and you're really hungry and it's like, so it feels satisfying. I guess it's the best word I could come up with. Completely satisfying.
Amen. So what is the title of this book?
So my book is called Sylvester Slug Finds a New Home.
I guess Sylvester is a he.
It's a he, yes.
He's a slug.
He's a slug. He's a chubby slug.
Oh, okay. and basically, this sounds like it's geared towards children.
Yes, it's a children's book. Geared towards ages. It could be from, I say, birth to fifth grade. However, for Amazon purposes, kindergarten to fifth grade.
Okay. And is it a book with illustration and pictures and things that kids love to see?
Yes, the book is full of bright, fun illustrations throughout the entire book from cover to cover.
Okay. So tell us a little bit of the background. What inspired you to, what was the inspiration to put something like this together?
Well, my inspiration came from my son. My son, though he's 17 now, the inspiration came when he was around 6. My son, he has autism. He's on the autism spectrum. He's high functioning. So observing him, the little quirky things he does, and, it inspired me just by watching him. But I have to thank my best friend, Tanisha. She took me and my son to a barbecue in New York, in Brooklyn. And inspiration from the book came from that barbecue. And it was just both of us there standing, observing what the kids were doing out there in the yard. And my son found a slug that he thought was a snail with no shell. Had all the kids in the barbecue bringing him stuff from the yard, and the yard wasn't very clean, but they were bringing him stuff from the yard that could substitute as a shell for the slug. And I went over to him because we were like, what are the kids doing? Like we saw them bringing all sort of stuff. I mean, and this is also in the book, like the things they brought to him, like the candy wrapper, the bottle cap, the matchbox, all of this is in the book. And I went over to him and I said, Lonnie, what are you doing? He's like, Mom, we have to find his home. I said, who? He's like, this snail, the snail lost his shell. And I'm like, baby, that's a slug. And he's like, he was insistent, no, it's a snail. And he lost his shell. So it in my head for a couple of years, and I kept telling my best friend, I was like, oh my God, that would make a great book. I just couldn't figure out how to get all the pieces together. And then one day it just clicked. It's like, I think I got it. And the rest is history.
So when you said it clicked, you needed to figure out how to relate the story.
Yeah.
And what was the deciding factor for that? What was the thing that actually said, you know what, this is how I think I want to relate the story to the audience or to the readers?
Well, my son and all the struggles he's been through in school, he always felt like he wasn't enough for the world around him. And he always wanted to be like the other kids. And, I've always told him, I said, listen, you don't have to be like those other kids. Just be you. You're enough. And he was like, no, Mom, why can't I be what he will deem normal? And I'm like, you're normal to me. Like, you're my normal, And I'm like, you don't have to conform to what society says is normal. You are normal. You are fine. And you're perfect. God made you this way. And that's just how it is. You don't have to be like the other kids. I said, let them conform to you. And, so I started to incorporate the incident at the barbecue, and I started to incorporate what he was going through in his life. And I just found a way to mesh the two together to create a story.
So is it safe to say the story is loosely based on your sons? So it's not exactly, but there's one or two elements that's there. That's cool. That's cool. So I like that because it's your first book, and
Yes.
I'm somewhat like a first-time author myself. So
nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's different types of books. My book is what you would call a nonfiction. I'm dealing with self-help.
Okay.
It's geared towards music, business, entertainment industry, that sort of thing. But there's something about when you actually start putting it together, and and as a creative, I have to call you a creative in this case. What was it like visualizing? How did you visualize the end game? So you started writing, started putting it together. Now, did you have to create like a mock cover of what it would look like to help you on the journey? Or did you just have like a visual that, I think the book is going to look like this when it's finished, But what was that like for you?
Well, believe it or not, I came up with the title first. I always knew Sylvester Slug Finds a New Home would be the title. Now, Sylvester went through many changes. At one point, he was adopted by snails. Like, I went through all these different scenarios before I came to the end product that I have. And it just kept pulling me back to the barbecue. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to write about what took place at that barbecue. And I just started, jotting stuff down. I was getting dreams. I was just like, it was haunting me. It was completely haunting me. I was like, oh my gosh, this book is 8 years in the making, first of all.
Wow.
Long time. And I was like, okay. Then I started to just talk to God. I'm like, okay, God, what are you really trying for me to do here? Like, give me some kind of vision, sign, something that you want me to create for these children. And the barbecue just kept being stuck in my head. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have to figure it out. And then it just, the characters just naturally started coming to me like out of the blue, all the characters in the book. And I was like, okay. And I just started writing it down and then started to create a little storyline and then extending on the storyline. And
So in the process, was there a time when you probably felt like you needed to give up a little bit?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
it's 8 years,
Oh
and
yeah.
thing, what did you do, or what occurred to actually bring you back on the path to completing the book?
So I gave up, so to speak, several times. Gave up out of frustration.
Mm-hmm.
I gave up out of, I had, I guess, writer's block. And then time. So I'm a busy single mom.
Mm-hmm.
And, I have a full-time career and taking care of my son, which, could be a job in itself.
Yeah. It is a job in itself.
It is. But thankfully, I have what I call my village, which makes up of my family, more so my mom and my aunt, one of my favorite aunties, and my friends. And they have been pushing me over the years. And they're like, Rennie, you just need to do it. I don't know what you're waiting on. You're going to wait for something bad to happen and then it's never going to get done. Well, guess what? Something bad did happen, the pandemic. And I was scared. And I was like, you know what, Rennie? You need to finish what you started. No excuses. No excuses. And, I'm in the healthcare field. And I was terrified going to work. Terrified. I worked completely through the pandemic without a day off. And I was scared and I was like, okay, God, I just need to do this, and I just sat down one day and just decided I'm going to do this. Whether I like it or not, I'm just going to find the time and do it. And that's exactly what I did. And when I decided to actually finish the book, I finished it in 2 months.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, that's amazing. So something good came out of COVID, huh?
Oh, yeah. A lot of good things came out of COVID, believe it or not, for me.
Wow.
And
but for a lot of people, especially creatives, a lot of us, we had to be home.
Yeah.
And it changed the course. I'm actually a part of a podcast right now. And one of the things that birthed it was the fact that we were just home. And we're like, well, you're home, let's do this thing. And now we're about 40 something episodes into this thing called Caribbean Feedback.
Oh, nice.
Kept it consistently.
Yeah.
Every week we're doing this thing. Every Tuesday night we're on, and we discuss some important topics. But I'm just saying, I don't want to go. It's about you and about Sylvester.
Yes.
Sylvester Slug, and but I'm just saying, just to chime in with you, that the effects of the pandemic certainly gave us time to do other things that we probably wouldn't have a time to get done, and you were able to really get 2 months in.
It gave me clarity. It definitely gave me clarity.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, what would you like kids to get from this? What's the moral of the story? The lesson in the story? What are some of the things you'd like readers to get from the book?
So, readers, even adults, as adults, we have struggles as well with image. With we tend to have similar struggles with kids, and kids have similar struggles with adults, at least in my opinion. First thing, love yourself. You have one body. This is what we have. Love what you have. Definitely love yourself, accept yourself, and don't conform to society. Let society conform to you. Enough for everyone. And if people think you're not enough, then they're not worth being in your space.
Okay.
So it's all about self-love, and find people that will accept you for who you are. They're out there. They exist.
Okay. So for up and coming authors, people that haven't crossed the threshold that you are crossing at this point, what good tip you can give them as they're on the journey working on their book? Because you're sort of like ahead of the line. For some folks, they're like, it's still a dream. Like, oh, I'm decided together, and and so you've actually went through you went through the fire, and now you're here. What encouragement or what tips you can give them to help them get to the finish line as well?
Well, I'm gonna say what was told to me. Just write it down. No matter how messy it is, terrible grammar, there's editors for that. Just write it down. Just dump it on paper. Because I think that was my biggest struggle, getting it out of my head onto paper. Because I could tell everyone the story in my head, but I had nothing physical that I could touch on paper. So get it out your head. Like my publisher would say, just dump it. Whatever in your head, just dump it. She's like, don't flood your head with all those words, with all those stories. Just dump it, and then we'll figure out how to put the pieces together. Yeah.
Okay. And talk about the person who helped you put it together. You said to dump dump it. Okay, I like that. So who's that person?
So my publisher name is Rhea Rodney. He has a small publishing company called Dara Publishing.
Okay.
And she's located in Brooklyn, New York. And I actually found her on Facebook. It was Destiny that I found her. Because at the time, I'm always on Facebook. And I'm on this group for Caribbean people. And they wrote an entire article about her. She is a best-selling author. She's written over 20 books herself. So she knew what she was doing. And I was like really impressed. I was like, oh my God, like, what am I waiting on?
What's your excuse, huh?
Yeah, if she can do it. And she's been through a lot. Her life, she had COVID. It almost killed her. And she came. So I'm like, geez, if she can do it, and she did it while she was sick. She wrote books while she was sick. I'm like, who does that? And here I am, I'm healthy, and I'm just wasting time. And I can't get back all that time that I wasted. I'm like, okay, I just need to do this. And I took a leap of faith, and I reached out to her, and I was like, hey, can you give me some tips on how you did it so I can do it? I just ran with it.
Okay.
And now I'm here. Yeah.
Well, shout out to Miss Rhea
Rodney.
Miss Rhea Rodney. Shout out to you. Yeah. And hopefully we may have her on this podcast in the future. You never know.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great. She will love that.
Yes. So now the book is going to be available where? Where can folks get the book from tomorrow? Hopefully this interview will be up soon. So I guess by the time it's up, the book would be on different platforms. So what are the main platforms?
For now, it's available on Amazon. So you can Google my name, or just put it in the Amazon search bar, and the book will pop right up on Amazon. And it's $14.99 for the paperback and $5.99 for the Kindle version.
Okay. And Amazon is pretty much the store, the online store.
Yes, for now.
Okay.
I don't know what the future may hold, but
it's a work in progress, I see.
Yes.
All right, that's good. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, how can folks get in touch with you?
Everyone can reach out to me on Facebook. Just put my full name, Reneshaw, spell Reneshaw, last name Greaves, Greaves.
Mm-hmm.
That's my Facebook for, I don't have a business Facebook. It's just for everyone. Or you can email me at renewrights@gmail.com. So that's RENEWRITES@gmail.com.
All right. So I want to just tap in a little bit into your other background, because you have a nice background here, but there's a background where it's a two-isle republic, I think. Is there something like that going on with you over there?
You said the republic?
It's a two-island republic.
Two-island. I am a Trini. I come from the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, I just wanted, I think my audience would have probably picked that up, but I just wanted to throw that. So what area do you hail from Trinidad?
I come from Tunapuna.
Right, all right. Okay.
Tunapuna.
All right, yours truly, Mount Pleasant, Tobago.
Okay, nice.
Yes, so from next door. So good to meet you. And you're doing amazing things. And
Thank
now
you.
You said you're a part of a group on Facebook, like a Caribbean-based group. What's the name of that group on Facebook?
The group I am on Facebook, I can't remember exactly. I'm on several groups on Facebook. I cannot tell a lie, but it is for Caribbean people, for anyone in the Caribbean. And then I'm on a couple of groups for Trinidadians. Other groups for Black upcoming entrepreneurs. I'm on so many groups.
Okay, so you're all right. I thought that might have been a way that folks can reach you. So before we go, I normally ask my guests 3 questions. A lot of the folks I speak to are musicians and artists, so it might be different for you, being that you're an author. But I'm going to throw it at you anyway. So, what is your favorite color?
I love so many colors.
Well, that's nice.
Purple. This is green. I'm wearing green today.
Okay. So
I will have to say purple.
You like purple? Wow,
I do. Yes.
Okay,
my toes are purple. My toenails.
Okay, we'll take your word for it. We'll take your word for it. So but now for me, purple is royalty. But for you, purple means what?
Well, I think purple is just a happy color for me. And if you in my book, the sky looks kind of purple.
You have a purple sky.
It's kind of purple. Yeah.
You're Princed out a little bit. Purple Rain.
Yeah. I love Prince too. Yeah. Rest in peace, Prince. Rest in peace.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I've loved purple for so long. And I love other colors too. I just love happy, fun colors.
So just to equalize the thing, you know what a pinnacle is, right?
Of course, yes.
Right. My favorite pinnacle was mauve.
Really? Great.
Well, it's the same thing. Mauve, purple, right? All of them.
Yep.
Same thing. But I remember saying when you go to the stand, hey, I want a mauve pinnacle.
Oh, okay. Oh, man.
Okay. So my next question is, what is your favorite dish to prepare?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can make a mean macaroni pie. For my American friends, that's baked macaroni and cheese to y'all. We here in the Caribbean call it macaroni pie. I make a mean macaroni pie.
Get me hungry there now. So now when you do the macaroni pie, right? Sometimes you just call it pie.
Yeah.
What are the other things you might prepare so that we can really digest this pie the way we need to digest it?
Now, I haven't done a Sunday lunch in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to prepare a Sunday lunch, well, let me just tell you what I did for Thanksgiving. How about that?
Let's work that one in.
That'll work, right? So Thanksgiving, I tend to go traditional Caribbean. We did not do a turkey.
Oh, no turkey.
No, we were like, we don't need a turkey. We're going to have other things. So we did curry chicken, stew chicken, potato salad, carrot rice. I make a good carrot rice.
Carrot rice?
Yes.
You know what? I'm going to take a little bit of license here because we have a mutual friend. Around that time, I will tell that, hey, tell Renee we need some carrot rice. So
listen,
take a little license on that. So carrot rice, go ahead, keep it going, yeah.
So carrot rice, macaroni pie, potato salad, stewed chicken, curry chicken. I think did we do curry goat? I didn't cook the curry goat. I think someone made the curry goat. Rice and beans. Well, I have a Jamaican friend that spends it with us. So she does the rice and peas. She makes a mean rice and peas, FYI. She have license for that.
She have a license for that.
Oh, yeah. License pattern. I'm sold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're talking restaurant quality here, okay?
Okay.
The only thing probably that was missing was probably callaloo.
Mm-hmm.
I love my mother's callaloo. Let me just leave it as that. I can't like go better than her callaloo, so I don't make it.
You should. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so that's good. That's, I think I could relate there.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving meal. So my final question would be, give me like 2 or 3 artists that you're listening to in your MP3 player or your, when you listen to music.
Well,
what are you listening to this week?
I love gospel.
Okay.
Corinne Hawthorne.
Hawthorne?
Corinne Hawthorne.
Oh, Karen Hawthorne. Okay.
She sang "Won't He Do It."
Okay.
Won't He Do It? Yes, He would. Love her.
Okay.
Love her. She's young, upcoming. Love her. What was I listening to yesterday? I do listen to R&B, but I like my 90s R&B. So the old school stuff. Mint Condition. I love the boy bands.
Okay.
Jodeci, H-Town, like the real old stuff. And then of course I love reggae. What's her name? Is it Coffee?
Coffee, yes.
So I love her because her songs are really clean.
Inspirational too, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I love her. I will forever love Buju. I don't care what he did. I said it. Love Buju. The end.
All right. So we have Buju, we have Coffee, we have Karen Hawthorne, we have Jodeci.
I saw him when he was coming off of the plane after he got out of jail. I was there. I just happened to be there in the airport.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. Did you?
I didn't know he was coming out that day, but when I saw the crowd and all I heard was Jamaican accents in the crowd, I was like, ma'am, what's going on? She's like, get in here, Buju coming out. I was like, what? I was like, okay.
So you joined the audience, you joined the crowd.
I dropped off who I had to drop off, and I just kind of hung out a little bit with my new Jamaican friends. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's that. Maybe one day you'll write a book about that experience.
Hey,
maybe Sylvester stopped by to see what was going on.
You never know. Sky's the limit at this point. You never know.
Wow. Well, it certainly is a pleasure to rock with you today. And thank you for your time. This was certainly a blast. I enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed it. I think our audience will enjoy it too. Or they should actually listening to it, so they are enjoying it. And if you don't enjoy it, or if you enjoy it, send us a note. You never know. We'll turn something around for you.
but once the book launching is done tomorrow, I'm going to probably take a week off and then work on one of the other books in my head. I have several books in my head. I'm one of those people, I just have a lot of closet space. So this is in my head and in categories, and I have some more children's books in there. So I need to get another one out so I could think a little bit more clear at work.
Okay.
These books consume me sometimes.
Well, I look forward to great things from you on this. I look forward to the next, maybe the sequel. Maybe there's a sequel coming. I don't know, but
maybe.
But this was definitely a blast. So thank you, and it's been a pleasure, and we will certainly be doing this again.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. This has been an experience, and you're my first real interview experience, and I'm so thankful. This has been really fun.
All right. Be sure to visit our website, muzilog.com. MUZILOG, muzilog.com, where music, entertainment, and culture lives.